Hi there and welcome to my channel. This is Kate from the Journal Nest in Australia. Um, just checking in with you again as I'm going to do some crafting. It's Wednesday here and I always, as a school teacher, particularly after the COVID years, said that it was Wellbeing Wednesday. So I hope wherever you are, you're feeling well, and I really am finding this such a wonderful experience being in the journaling community. And a special shout out I heard from Jenny today from Australia, and it turns out that we will be able to meet each other. So thank you for your support, Jenny. Today I thought I would be playing around with some pages and some ephemera based on this idea that I got from Rachel at Roxy Creations. It's a little flip that you can put onto a page and have journaling space and opportunities to tuck things in as well. So let's see if we can start the show off with a little tiny card to tuck in there. Of course, I've got all my big ones in front instead of here. So perhaps something like this with my usual motifs of the music and some text and numbers makes the cover interesting. This is a little bit of my art, and that representation, the butterfly for me, transformation, is always present. The journaling can right here, and some more on the back under a band. So that's been my inspiration from today. This is in the giant, I don't think I've showed this cover before, but this is one of my larger journals that I'm working at, recycling and upcycling jeans and paper and lace. I love this little bit, can't help but show you. Is that not the sweetest little thing to tuck in there at the beginning of this big journal? Okay, but as I said, that was inspiration. We're actually going to be working in this smaller journal today. It's got my usual motif of a jacket at the front, and it's getting chunkier by the day. And as I said, I'm finding the journaling process so good for well-being and mental health. Okay, so here's, maybe I'll move this just to the side for the moment. Here's one of these little booklets that I made earlier in the day. So basically we have a piece of paper with a flap, and then over the top of it we post a tab, so that allows it to flip. I've made a little pocket on this one, and I'm also, here comes time for a haircut, first haircut of the day today. Oops. On with a little denim topper, sits in there, and I like how it pokes out the front. So one of the joys of these little booklets is that you can change which page is at the front, and it could be just paper clipped on, but today I'm going to actually paste it in with my glue stick. It's just so relaxing to even slide glue on the page and put it down in position. So there we are. So I mentioned in my previous video that I had been playing with, is it applique or collage, in these bigger pieces at the moment, so I can do more with them than just my usual strips that I make, that I've shown you many times before. Okay, so there's that reminder, C major, happy scale on Wellbeing Wednesday. This page I originally was wondering what I was going to do with that, and I thought it was time for a pocket in this particular signature. But actually, I'm just going to use another little booklet here, another one of my baby journals, just to prop under here a little bit. I hope that's okay and you can still see. But I've been thinking about a pocket, so here's another one that I have made today. It's just using some vintage French papers. So basically you have a long piece folded up. I've stitched so that it's a bit stronger, a little bit of collage. And what I'm going to do here is I'm hoping to highlight this deep blue and again match that diagonal. So glue stick out. And a little bit toward the top area. If we've got time, we'll come back later and place something in that pocket, unless I've got a tiny one ready to go here. Oh, how about that? A little bit of blue and some manuscript. This side is a tiny bit high, so we'll just trim that off a bit, snip that tie. Oh, and I've learned something else from watching people with these journaling cards. If you get in and round the corners, they go in much more easily. Look at that. So thank you to all those who've shared that with me so far. Okay, so that's 2 pages that have been enhanced a little bit. I don't think we'll go this way. I think we might. Oh, yes. I had some ideas. I can take this one. Oh, sorry, everyone. I just better check that you're still with me. I bumped big time. Keep this one here. Okay, so back to, this is the first signature of this baby journal. Again, I think I've showed you this before, but if you'd like to see more, you can find it on the Journal Nest. This is a page with fabric. I've used some Tim Holtz fabric here, and I loved this because it's it says the preservation of the eggs in the cabinet, and author of The Favourite Songbirds and Co. And I've backed it with this little tiny butterfly emerging from the pocket. So that's a pocket. And over here, I'm not particularly liking that colouring of my paper, so I'll just move this to the side, as much more experienced people than me do, and I'm still learning where everything has to go. So I'm going to basically cover that page. Trim the ends, and again off here. And what I've done on this is use a digital and again make one of those same pockets where, as I showed you with the French paper, like this one, sewed it and folded it up. And then I had this little tiny corner left here with a butterfly. So again, this use of the diagonals and a flower showing nicely at the top there. I wonder if I've got something here that I could pop in, bring up a bit of contrast. Have I got a better one? I like this one. Script says you are in the middle of a chapter, and we are in the middle of this signature. So I'll try that. It may well change next time you see this journal. Okay, turn the page, and this one's looking a bit bland. So what could we do here? Oh, that's right, I'd had some ideas. Okay, so this is another tag I made, but it's a little too long. So let's trim this one up and see if we can get it to fit in. And I suppose what I've also learned from others is it's these hidden tucks and surprises that the journaler can write on. So it's recording the memory as well as giving it. Okay, that's a fail. So I need something shorter than that one. Okay, this one. Actually, this one's got more journal space on it anyway. I usually make bigger journals, so I'm still adjusting to the size that the tags need to be. Okay, that's going to be better. And let's just pop these corners. I'll pare that in a sec. Oh, it's a bit messy. I hope everyone is doing well. As I said, whatever day it is that you're watching this, I'm really thinking of you and hoping things are well with you and yours. I've been checking out everyone's Easter journals actually, and next year I'm going to make some Easter journals. I've just been talking to my little ones and they're very, very excited about Easter. Okay, the other thing I was playing around with this morning was I had some leftover digitals, and I'm not sure whether I want to use this as a little movable pocket around, and so leave the option of that material, or just settle to it and make this a 1, 2, yeah, I think I'll do that. I will just glue it down. Goodbye, beautiful paper, but I think it will be sturdier in a way. So I've got a little pocket there, a little pocket there, and this I'll probably embellish with something else in a little while. This page still needs work. I have been thinking, I wonder if I could do it now. Whoops, that's Kate the clumsy. Yep, let's do this. Even though there's lots of space there for writing on, I just thought this would be more interesting, and the interplay of the weaving and the notes and the fabric is good. We'll do something with that edge another time. How's this signature looking? Okay, I've got a card already in there. That's bare, but I don't think I've got anything that shape yet. Into the center signature, butterfly, which needs a little bit more embellishment when the time is right. My signature bird, the owl, wisdom and well-being and woohoo. Butterflies here. That's a flip. So, right, an old Bach piece of music. This is all the names of his famous works. Oh, here's a pocket that I really enjoyed making this one. This was a really old piece of sheet music and still had masking tape and sticky tape in the spine. So I know it must have been used so well and loved. And as a musician, I so relate to that you have your favorite and you come back to it again. Flicking through, have I got anything made already that will go in there? I don't think so. How about you when you're making? Do you find that you just never have enough little bits and pieces? I think I shared the other day that I'm still working out what order to do things. Okay, here's a tiny little journaling card. It's got the French writing here that's been coffee dyed, and I really like how it interplays with this bird. This is a vellum pocket over an old fairy tale. This is the Wild Swan, which was always a favourite of mine. I've made a few of these tiny little envelopes so far, but I need to work on them and their embellishment a little bit more. What else have we got in here? Okay, I've done that tag. Okay, that's probably a good enough start for today. So just to recap, we started being inspired to do one of these flips on a page. This is a tag with a topper of denim to interrelate the colors. This is a collage of a bigger piece. Over here we used a little pocket on a digital with a little tag in it. I actually really quite like that look. And then we zipped back past Yoo-Hoo the Owl and into this space where we had fabric pocket, another pocket, message, you are in the middle of the chapter, and 2 pages. So there we are. Everyone, I hope you've enjoyed your time today, whatever you're doing. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. This is Kate from the Journal Nest in Australia. Bye.